okay, shit. That suddenly is like, it didn't come out of nowhere or anything like that, because there was like few hints throughout the episode that someone was watching them, and it didn't seem like the usual, just the military police watching them or one of their agents or something that had to do with the nobles. Like, this is something else. And why or what or why of like how that's all happening right now, we obviously don't know that yet, but there was a clue or two, and then towards the end, and I was thinking it when they were sitting there, Levi and, sorry, I didn't even really catch her name before she died.
It looked like it was spelled Nifa.
Yeah,
but they didn't. It didn't sound like they were pronouncing it like Nifa.
Okay, but either way, I was, when they were sitting there, and Levi was like, something's off, something's gonna go wrong here. I thought to myself, she's gonna get shot, isn't she? Like, someone's going to get shot, and that's exactly what happened. And they tried to take out Levi as well, but of course he's too fast, and it's just, Kenny, who the fuck? Why?
Yeah,
why now?
We did see two people just very quickly talk, and I guess it was that Kenny person, and
yeah, when they talked about the little runt,
exactly the little runt, and that's definitely Levi also, because then Levi said to Nifa just before that guy attacked, he said like, have you ever heard about Kenny the Ripper? And I think it's based on the
Jack the Ripper.
Jack the Ripper,
yeah.
But he was like, have you heard about him? And she was like, it's an urban legend, and it was like many years ago. And then he was like, no, because I actually spent time with him.
I lived with him.
Yeah, and it's like, and that's also how we should have connected, like, that guy from before, that was him. Yeah.
Yes,
because,
exactly.
Yeah, he was like, I know him, and then Levi was, I know him, and then yeah.
Yeah. We saw someone in a trench coat and a hat, and I think that's very much... Well, this wasn't what he was wearing there when he attacked them. Then he was all armored up, and they have those interesting looking guns that it looks like it's kind of connected to their maneuver gear, or maybe it uses some of the same technology with the air.
Yeah.
So, and they're all also very good at using the maneuvering gear.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that, because when we saw No Regrets with Levi, and we thought, okay, well, that's his backstory then. But it didn't really tell us exactly like how and why he was so damn good at everything he did, and especially also soaring through the city using the maneuver gear. And like, I'm just saying, maybe it's he learned all of that stuff from this guy and from these criminals, and then he got away from them somehow. And I'm sure we're gonna get the actual backstory. Yeah. It seems like we might be, diving more into the past yet again during this season, getting some of these backstories or some of the stuff that led to everything that is going on now in present time. But certainly also came a bit out of nowhere still, I would say.
I was just about to say, if this feels somewhat disconnected than the previous seasons, it feels somehow disconnected to the whole thing and the whole plot and everything. Not necessarily, I'm sure we're gonna get into this whole thing like during the season, and there's definitely some correlations there. But right now, it just, as you say, it feels like it's out of left field basically, and it in that way just feels disjointed in a way. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just what I feel right now, and we're possibly supposed to feel it's kind of disjointed, because it doesn't seem like these people have anything to do with anyone we've ever met, except for Levi. But he hasn't really talked about.
Yeah, and why? What motive could they have, like, for going after Aaron and Historia like this, and going after Levi? Are they working for someone? Were they hired? Or because what Levi said about Kenny is that he slit the throats of like over 100 military police. So it can't be the military police wanting to work with this guy when they probably tried to find him and arrest him for a long time.
Yeah, they're obviously after I don't know if they've been hired by the nobles because we also saw like the Lord Rice.
Oh yeah.
Lord
We had
Rice
that.
and,
We had that short scene where they were actually saying that it's
in motion.
It's in motion, and the military police can't, like, they're out of the equation, sort of, where they're not gonna. It seemed like they were gonna go with a different approach, a different solution other than using the military police, because it was like the military police failed again.
Yeah.
So
then they're just hiring some mercs to do that, and
because they're willing to go that far to protect their fucking secrets.
Yeah, and they probably suspected that they were gonna try and trip them up. So like with the whole decoy situation. So we had Armin and Sean being
body doubles again.
Yeah, and then they were taken by amateurs, and that was what Levi was very
that's how
astutely
he
observing. Yeah, and he said like these people are amateurs. The military police would never do that.
Yeah,
and then he was like, but
this guy would.
Yeah, and
there's someone I know who would do that.
And they were, even though they were looking at the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
Other people were looking at the wagon. So it was obviously they were just trying to lure attention away from Erin and Historia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
so
who is you're saying?
I think that was these. I don't know what the gang is called, but Kenny River,
Kenny and the others. Yeah. But I'm just thinking that Levi put all of these clues together and then put two together, and he was like, okay, yes, it's it can't be the military police, they don't work like this. And Kenny knew what Levi was going to do because he probably trained Levi, so that's how they knew about Levi's strategies, and probably with using a body double or the whole distraction part of it. But he also had an important message that we didn't hear to our group there. And at least nothing happened to any of them, but I feel really bad for the scouts that we just lost, and some of them was from Hanji's team even. It's different, and because it's not the whole Titan thing, and of course it's still
connected,
related in some way, but it is more of a human on human violence, and we're really getting inside the city again. But it's also like we haven't had time to delve into these things or this side of things, because it wasn't up until towards the end of season 1, and of course a lot happened in season 1, but a lot of it was also happening during the same time periods, so it wasn't spread out over a lot of time necessarily, besides like the big time jumps we had at the beginning. So just really only scratching the surface in season 1, and then season 2 was so focused, and everything really only happened in the span of a couple of days there. And now they are switching their attention to, or the focus to, okay, here's how it's going to be connected to these nobles and the people at the center, and why the walls are there, and that whole plot. So I definitely think that's what we're going to get into now, but my head is already buzzing just from this first episode.
I'm also interested in knowing these nobles again, what side of things are they on? Because I think we did pretty early on, we kind of clocked the whole Titan thing as being a means of
controlling
and like
population.
It was actually all along it was just about human versus human, and then Titans were kind of like more like a tool, rather than it was an actual like
faction of its own.
Faction of its own, or like an enemy of its own.
Or race regard. Even necessarily. It's just it's a tool, it's a weapon, it's a means to an end. And we've had of course that flashback in season 2 with Emilia and the injection and getting pushed out over the wall, and now it is public information that the reason why we can kill Titans by cutting them of the nape there, that very specific spot, is because there's a human inside of there, and that's severing.
It's kind of similar to humans, where you have the spinal cord running down there, and the reason why this specific part cuts out the regenerative abilities of the Titans. So specifically for the Titans that are not like the Titans that are actually like controlled by a human.
Oh, I think there is a human in there. It's just they can't. Okay. They just that's what it said in the.
Yeah,
thing.
but it just whenever we've seen like Titans being sliced up, we haven't seen there were actually humans inside of that piece they chunked out.
No, yeah, that's true. So, but they also vanish immediately after, so they're never able to analyze the remains of a Titan.
I wouldn't say it vanishes immediately after.
No, but they start to vanish or evaporate or whatever.
I just think that if you chunk the thing out of them, then the human would be
maybe they're just such have become like just such a part of the Titan that there used to be a human there, and it's still where. I don't know. I'm just going on what the just, public information thing said.
Yeah, and you might be right, and it did say that, but I'm just so confused as to why we haven't seen it yet. Then
because that would give away the plot.
I know, but I just think that sometimes that seems more like a plot armor thing rather than
more
actual.
Than
actual like. It takes away a little bit like the illusion and the realistic. It's not realistic, I know.
No. It's... But inside of the parameters of this world.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's like it's all gonna fit together, and there's gonna be explanations for everything. But at least we are staying vigilant, and we try to notice like every little detail.
But
even if it makes sense to us or not.
But we're only watching it once. For the this like one time, first time, and we're bound to miss a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Sure, they know that. But some other stuff still happened inside of the episode. We started out with a longer-haired, older-looking Eren.
Mm-hmm.
So a bit of a flash forward there, if you will. And then the episode started, and we were back in the present, and we got our team together, and they're sort of protecting Eren and Historia because they know that people want to get to them, and they are very, very important for different reasons. And then they were also doing experiments with Eren, which was almost like nightmare fuel with like the way that his face looked when Hanji pulled him out, and it was just. That didn't go well, and it seems like they almost just scrapped that plan altogether.
Yeah, because they were trying to use like the hardening ability to kind of plug the hole in the wall, but
they were supposed they could do that in just the span of one day or something if Eren could get it to work.
Yeah, but if he doesn't know how it works, it's really hard to figure that out.
Yeah, and it seems like he can't even like get into Titan form properly anymore.
I think he might be very stressed, and I think it's just gonna help. Like it's not gonna help, but it's gonna diminish the success criterion if he's being stressed out.
Oh, okay, it's gonna make it harder to.
Yeah, I can't English right now.
it's fair enough. I have a hard time Englishing as well when there's just so much going on out there, and you wanna articulate all of your thoughts, but it's not your first language, and then it's like sometimes.
Yeah.
And then we had some other great and interesting scenes here and there. I love the scene with Hanji just not confronting these military police guys, but just playing the fool, grabbing the hand of that guy and just saying all of these things and just really probing them just to be 100% sure. It's just, I love Hanji as a character so much. And I hope they're going to stick around for a long while. And also, I like Moblit, or however you pronounce his name, the guy who's, very loyal to Hanji and always sort of being her bodyguard or hanging around or doing things that Hanji is telling him to do. So it's nice to see some consistency there, of course, with the characters and getting to know some of them more and more. Never really got to know the people we lost in this episode, unfortunately. But
we didn't get to have all the secrets from Pastor Nick.
That's true. Pastor Nick, he died. He got full on tortured by the military police and then killed, but he was, in the end, very loyal to whatever it is that he's loyal to. Didn't want to divulge any of those secrets. Maybe they could have gotten to him if it just had some more time. But again, now he's gone. So what to do about it?
Yeah. And his story was kind of not necessarily mourning the loss of Ymir. Well, like not the loss, but at least like the split with Ymir. She was very sad about it, and also even told Eren straight out, like, I've lost my will to put on a smiley face, and like who I was once is just gone with Ymir.
Happy-go-lucky, positive Krista is no more, and I honestly I don't know what my place is in all of this. Like, I don't know. I don't have any goals. And she was kind of envious of all the others. You know, they have clear goals and something they want to do. And Historia is just there at the moment, just a pawn in all of this. And I get it's probably not a nice thing to just be a pawn and don't really have any agency whatsoever, or anything that she wants besides maybe finding Ymir again at some point. And then Eren, I guess he tried to say some encouraging words to her. It's just maybe not the best way to do it, but I think like she got the gist of it as well. So he was doing his best. And man, poor Armin. Fuck. Damn. Like, I feel bad for Sean doing the body double thing again, of course, but Armin. Oh, that was nasty, the way that guy was just groping him.
Yeah, that was actually straight out triggering for me.
Yeah, they don't shy away from horribleness.
No, and they have shown us multiple times, so it's not like I'm surprised, but...
No. It can still be tough to watch, shit like that. But do you have anything else you want to add to it?
No, I think we got through most, if not all.
Yeah, I think so as well. It's just some excitement mixed with confusion, and then wanting to articulate all of our thoughts. And I don't know. I'm sorry if the discussion ended up like it was all over the place.
Yeah, this episode was all over the place.
True. So. It's the same style or same spirit as the episode. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this reaction and review of Attack on Titan Season 3 Episode 1. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and we'll see you very soon. Bye.
Bye.
Because that would give away the plot. Because that would give away the plot. Because that would give away the plot.
Because that would give away the plot.